We're now joined by John Stones here. Congratulations on the 3 points here today. 13 points ahead at the top of the table. How's it feel right now in terms of the title hopes?
Yeah, no, it's another step forward in the right direction. I think today was a big game, you know, after us losing people for COVID and getting the team back together. We've got, I think, maybe one, and then Riyadh's at African Cup of Nations. So, you know, it's great to get the 3 points and a clean sheet and keep that winning run going. We knew, obviously, coming up against Chelsea and beating them already this season away, to extend that gap and obviously get 3 points is massive for us, and yeah, really delighted with it.
It was a big game to come into, wasn't it? You'd be stiff tomorrow. I was having a bit of a smile when you've not played for a few weeks. But did you always feel it be that tight? So important not to get counter-attack? Was that the concentration from you guys at the back, you know, Emerick Laporte, that you don't get countered, be patient, control the possession? Yeah,
no, we worked all week really on our shape and how we shift across as a back four. Yeah, and we know the threat that they've got with Lukaku and the other players that are running in behind. And yeah, as I said, we worked on that, and I think these games, a lot of it comes down to your concentration and being in the right areas, right on the ball at every opportunity. And you know, those are the fine margins, I think, in these big games when you've got such a strike force up against you and the movement that they show. Yeah, the fine margin is in these games, and it is a bit of a game of chess at times. And down in at Stamford Bridge when we played them earlier this season, it was similar. You know, it was keep grinding away, don't get disheartened with things not going our way, and you know, keep that probing and moving the ball quickly like we did today. And then Kev comes and pops one in for us. It makes everything a lot better.
You weren't far off yourself, were you, in the first half, a header?
Yeah, it's one of those. I saw the flight of the ball, but it just didn't have enough pace on it for me to, you know, guide it towards, guide it past Kepa. And it's a difficult one, you know. Being in the right areas and getting on the end of things is promising for me. And you know, it's something that I've mentioned a lot, and trying to bring in my game is goals. And today, you know, that was a good chance that maybe I could have done more with.
Mark said it was easy for the goalkeeper, you coming around the back post, and easy headed off the
to be fair, it was cherries though. Listen, it was straight at the keeper.
We fancied you there, mate, round the back post.
Yeah, no, when I saw it coming, I thought, I've got to attack this. But as I said, you know, one of those where the ball's, you can't generate enough power to just pass it, get it past the keeper. Can
you tell us in the change room what it's like? Just a little bit of an insight with the manager. These sort of games, you're 10 points clear of Chelsea, it's massive. You know what it means. It's a little bit, not as much pressure on, but what does the manager say to you? And as players, does he have to say anything? Or do you as a group of players sort of get yourself ready for it? I think both, definitely. The manager's the type to always say stuff and keep us on our toes, and that's why he's always demanding more from us and demanding the best from us. But as players, we know what position we're in, and I think we've got such a humble squad in knowing that we can't get ahead of ourselves and start doing not doing the basics right. I think in these games they're so vital, and to have that humility when we're playing against teams and big teams, to show them respect, but go and show them what we can do and what we do week in, week out. And I think that's why we've been so successful over the years in so many competitions, because we've got that drive and that humbleness to show our opponents that respect. But in the back of our mind, the manager's always demanding it, and we've got to go out there and prove ourselves week in, week out, no matter who we play. And I think over this Christmas period we have showed that against in the cup games, travelling here, there and everywhere, and you know, it's a sign of a great team.
All right, thanks so much.
Thank you.
And of course, we will hold you back any longer. I think you should get in and try to get warm a little bit, wearing shorts at this weather. We're all wrapped up in coats and scarves and everything. Cheers. Right, he's talking about, you know, the kind of attitude that has brought Man City to where they are today at this point, and we keep repeating it. 13 points at the top of the table. Is it essentially over then, the title race, Michael, you think?
Well, I think for Chelsea's point of view, it's proving very, very difficult. And you just heard the interview before, but actually it's the inconsistency leading up to this. So it hasn't just been this result, it's been the performances before that. Manchester City shown great characters. John Stones said there over Christmas period, they were excellent, weren't they? Lots of changes. That proved obviously a real benefit for them going into these games. But I think, is it over? You look at Liverpool, 2 games in hand, they'll feel like they've still got a real case for it, but for Chelsea it's going to be very difficult.
It is. It's up to Man City now. It really is.
They're on a winning run at the moment.
Technically, it's a one-horse race with the other ones very close and waiting for them to slip up a couple of times.
It is crazy because it used to be like if you're an unbeaten run, you might just go on, you have a good chance of winning the Premier League. Now you've got to be on a winning run in order to achieve that. And that is just the level that it is to compete at the top of the table at the moment. And it just seems like Man City, and I think Thomas Tuchel mentioned it, is becoming, or rather already is, the Bayern Munich of the Premier League. They are dominating at the moment.
Well, you look at City, they lose a game. They lost here to Crystal Palace. And at that point, the run since then has been remarkable. So there's a reaction. It's not just, it's not just one game. Straight away after that, every single game they've been right on top of the levels that they expect from the football club. They've had a little bit of uncertainty with their squad, but you just feel like the 11 that goes on, they can do different things. They can change the shape with inside a game, and to drop that many points, that's going to be the key, isn't it? Man City, as you said, to lose it. Liverpool have still got a case. I really believe that they can get, they can put some pressure on, but City are just going so well.
You can't see them dropping. I mean, listening to what John was saying there about the mentality, about the humbleness, but giving teams respect, the manager applying the right pressure. Players know they're not guaranteed a spot every week. That's another thing. They know they need to perform. Even if they perform, they don't guarantee that they're going to be playing the next game. And I think to keep them as hungry as they have, especially the manager, and John was saying about the demand from the players themselves, that's really key.